Sarah, welcome to the Daily English Show. Today's guest is David. He's a ski instructor from Leicester in England. He's been in Niseko since the start of December and he's going to be here until April. I asked him how he found out about Niseko.
I actually was looking at going to Japan next season. I was supposed to be going to Colorado, and the wonders of Facebook, I had my friend saw that there was some visa problems with Colorado, and he just happened to live with a ski school director in New Zealand doing a season there, and they said, oh, you know, we've got some jobs going in Niseko. So he sent me a message and forwarded it on to our manager Tej, and that's how I sort of found out about Niseko. But it's growing more and more, the sort of people's knowledge in Britain of Japan's snow, and Niseko is the place to go for the snow scene.
Kia ora. In Stick News today, a volcano erupted in Japan.
Mount Asama is a mountain on the border of Gunma and Nagano prefectures. It is the most active volcano in Honshu. The volcano caused widespread damage when it erupted in 1783. The latest eruption didn't cause any major damage, but the Japan Meteorological Agency has told people not to approach the volcano.
And that was Stick News for Monday, the 2nd of February. Kia ora. When did you start skiing? Are there any mountains in the UK? Why did you decide to become an instructor? What do you most enjoy about the job? What's your other career? And you've also taught English. So you think there are similarities between teaching English and teaching skiing? What are some of those techniques? And the people you taught English to, what was their first language? Where was it? Why were there so many students from all over the world?
I started skiing when I was about 12 years old. I went on a school trip and we had a week skiing in an Austrian resort called Bad Gastein. Well, we've got Mount Snowdon in Wales, but you can't ski there. And there is two resorts up in Scotland, but again it's so cold and it's very expensive to ski there. So generally, everybody in England tends to go to either Europe, so France, Switzerland, Italy, or Austria, something like that. I always fancied doing a ski season when I was younger, when I was about 18 years old. But decided to go out and just wanted to earn some money at the time, and sort of a break from my career was a natural break coming up, and sort of got back into the thinking of wanting to do a ski season again. And I loved the parts of my job that I used to enjoy most was sort of training and people there, so sort of teaching and skiing seemed to be a natural sort of progression for me. The best thing I think is when you teach some beginners and you see them for the first day, everything's so new to them, so they may have never seen snow before, certainly never snow like Niseko has. So they'll be there on the first day, struggling to get skis on and struggling to walk in the boots, and then by the last day of instructing, they come down. We often show them the very first run, and just to see how much they've progressed and how pleased they are with their progress. That's a good feeling. So. Back home, I'm afraid I joined the rat race. So I work 9 to 5 for an insurance company, and my job is I'm an underwriter for them. I won't bore you with too many details of what that involves. Yeah, I basically want to use my instructing for travel. And so, as I said, last year was my first season. I did that in Switzerland. And then in the summer I got offered to go back to Switzerland again. So I was teaching English over there, and it's just something that's, would be useful with me if I want to travel again, particularly in Japan. Sort of English people teaching English over here, and it also helps with the skiing as well. The sort of just the teaching practices as well. It's helped my instructing. Yeah, there is, they're like teaching styles certainly, and sort of group management and things like that is that you have to know from a classroom. It's obviously different to when you're on the, when you're out on the mountain, but sort of just some of the techniques that you pick up from teaching. Trying to keep kids interested in a classroom can be quite a challenge, and so when you come onto the slopes, you can apply some of those techniques if they're getting bored or a bit tired, and it's yeah, it works well. A lot of the time, it's just trying to bring in games and trying to make everything fun. And I think people sometimes forget, particularly when they're skiing, that they're here for a holiday and here to enjoy themselves. And sometimes people get too sort of caught up in trying to get their techniques so right that they forget about the fact that it's all about enjoyment. So. We had groups from all over the world. So I had, for instance, in one class, I had 6 pupils, and I had them for 2 weeks, and they ranged from the ages of 8 till 18. And there was students from Dubai, a student from Russia, one from Kazakhstan, and I had a Japanese student as well. It was in Switzerland. It was a place called Hortlack International Centre, which is in close to Montreux and Lausanne. Because it's like a renowned activities and language camp, so they tend to get each year. They don't really sort of advertise too much, but people or kids go to different international schools, and friends from friends who go to that international school will come. So just the word spreads.
True or false? David started skiing last year. False. He spent last season in Colorado. False. He joined the rat race in England. True. He taught English in Switzerland. True. He's now working in Niseko. True.
And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow. Bye.